Evening everyone. Mark, it's for Sky Sports once everyone's ready.
Nathan, not the result you would have hoped for, but have you certainly seen enough there to suggest you can go up to St James's Park and maybe cause an upset?
Look, absolutely. The level of performance, I thought it was a real good game, real entertaining game. They came here to try and win. We tried to win. These are a big, strong, powerful, well-drilled side, and I thought we competed with that. First half, didn't quite get the press right. Second half, thought we were excellent. And the goal came against the run of play. We had one or two glorious chances before that. And then to concede in the manner that we did, look, they've missed a good chance. Joe Linton missed a good chance over the bar, but we should the goal we conceded should never have come about. So look, I'm happy with the level of performance that we're showing. It's just one, we have to make sure we eradicate silly mistakes, and then we just got to be a bit more clinical.
Clearly disappointed with the goal to concede, but you responded in the right way. What were your emotions when that goal got chalked off, and what were your thoughts when you looked at it back?
You can't celebrate the goal anymore. You can't show any emotion because you know it's going to VAR one way or another, unless someone picks the ball up off the goalkeeper, runs through 11 players, slots it past the keeper without anything else happening. You can't celebrate the goal, because you don't. We thought we scored 2 good goals on the weekend, both overruled from VAR. Tonight is exactly the same. So the emotions, you think you don't. You just have to wait. So it's. You can't get high, and then when it does get ruled off, you start to get a bit lower.
Is there a sense of frustration, because you certainly had chances, particularly in that second half, that you didn't take at least 1 or 2? Look,
I'm frustrated, but it's really difficult because these are one-off games and things. But the level of performance I'm seeing at the minute is good. Is good. We're improving. We're a better side. It's just, we're naive sometimes in our defending, which is costing us, and then we're missing chances. And if we could just bring all that together, we're a good side. We're aggressive. They go after the game. They're a side that works hard. We're bold in our choices in everything that we do. We've got a young squad. You look at the size difference in both teams tonight. We're probably the smallest, they're the biggest, and we went up against them, so we've shown a lot of courage and character. It's the performance levels there. It's just the edges that make or break teams, good teams, and seasons. We're just coming out on the wrong end at the minute.
There was a moment in that first half between Nick Pope, when he comes out to win the ball, clashes with Moussa Djenepo. Do you have any thoughts on that, perhaps?
I know Nick Pope really, really well, and it's not in his nature to do anything like that. Look, it's not a good challenge in any way, but do I think there's any malice? Look, if it was Johnny Briggs from down the road, I might have, but I know Nick really well, and to be honest with you, I'm not sure that's in his character.
And any complaints with the red card?
No, well, I've complained about my players because it should have been stopped before then, with thing, and then when he's backpedaling and so on, and he's on a booking from the challenge in the first half, he made a couple of bad decisions, trying to be aggressive, to be fair, because his first half is because we step out, try to be really aggressive, they play round, and then we have to, make that challenge. So it could have been avoidable, but nothing from the referee.
Jacob?
You've spoken about the need for potency in recent press conferences. Did today and a missed chances show that you need a forward this month?
Look, I think you always need more quality in the squad anyway. You look at them, for example, and you look at the top sides and people scoring goals and so on, and we need that. But look, we've got strikers here that are giving me everything. It's just to score in the Premier League past, I think, is the best goalkeeper in the league. Goalkeeper is not the best fashionable one in terms of feet, but he's the best goalkeeper in the league, so it takes some doing to beat him. But we're creating chances game in, game out. We're showing aggression. Now we are way more difficult to beat because we're in every game, and that's one thing. So there's progress, but we really have to turn progress into points and results, because progress is nothing without points.
As you say, you're trying to improve the structure behind the ball. Sometimes, or on some occasions tonight, that team looks vulnerable in transition. Was that something you noticed as well?
We look vulnerable in transition against the most athletic side in the league, because there's no quicker, more powerful, more aggressive side than them in the league. You have a look at them, I don't think anyone apart from Trippier is under 6 foot. So, and athletic. It's not like 6 foot and can't run. They're all really athletic, so at times you're going to. But we wanted to be bold, we wanted to be brave. We knew sometimes we'd take a chance. but I thought the level of our performance was excellent against the top side, against the top 4 Premier League side. I thought we were excellent. And I watched the game here 2 months ago. Categorical difference in performance levels.
How much did the element of pragmatism come into your thinking before the game? Because you obviously want to stay in the tie before the second game.
No, not at all. We didn't want to be pragmatic. Look, we didn't want to lose a game for a start. We definitely didn't want to lose it by more than 1 goal. But in the manner that we lost, I can accept that because we were bold, we were brave, we went after it. We were the better side second half, and I thought we were gonna get something. We missed chances, and then they scored pretty much nothing. And it's a poor goal to give away. It really is. It's naive defending, and that's the thing we have to get out of our game, because it's exactly the same. We were the one in the ascendancy against Villa on the weekend. We missed a glorious chance, then scored a goal I thought was perfectly good, and then they out of absolutely nothing scored from a set play, and that's cost us the game. That's the thing we've got to eradicate, because once we do that, then we're better side. If we've taken one of those chances, or the goal hadn't been disallowed, and then we defend better, then look, we suddenly look at a totally different team.
Okay.
Thank you, Jordan. Good evening, Nathan. Eddie Howe just came here and he said that the Che Adams shot, which Nick both saved, was a big moment in the game where they were potentially losing control. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, and he's honest enough to say that, and I thought we were in the ascendancy now. I thought they had decent control in the first half, albeit we needed to be a bit more aggressive, and we had 2 wide men today that haven't been used to playing football, so they didn't implement certain things we needed to. That's why we would have made a change at half time. We were lucky we didn't make 2 changes. But then second half, I thought we had far more control in the game. We started to be a bit bolder. We were a bit more aggressive in our press. Adam Armstrong thought was excellent implementing that, and then we did. And then there's big moments that we needed to take, because against the top side you need to take those moments. We didn't do that, and then ultimately we paid the price from naive defending.
You mentioned the big moments of VAR ruling out goals happened a couple of times now, and you say that you get a little bit lower. It seems like the team are struggling to pick themselves up. It's like the adrenaline rush comes in, they can't quite find their legs after the moment is taken away from them. Is that something that you're worried about?
I don't think that has any context. I thought straight after they scored, we actually went back down the other end and scored, so I think there's no context in that question.
In terms of the goals disallowed, they had the big moment, they had the rush, they had the big celebration with their fans, and then after that it seemed like Newcastle took control of the game.
I'm not sure. I think the red card was pretty much not far off it and stuff, but I didn't think that rocked us in any way. I thought it did on Saturday, but I didn't think it did tonight.
Nathan, when you say that Nick Pope is not necessarily the most fashionable keeper at the moment, can you tell us what you mean by that? Is that on the basis that most goalkeepers have to use their hands rather than their feet more of the time? Is that what you're on about?
In terms of goalkeeping,
yeah.
Catching it, keeping the ball out of the net, making big saves, there isn't a better keeper in the Premier League. A lot of keepers now are judged on how brilliant they are with their feet and how good they can play. Yeah, there are certain ones that are better than Nick Pope, but in terms of being a goalkeeper, what is required from being a top goalkeeper, he is categorically the best in the Premier League.
Okay.
So how is Musa Djenepo? How is he?
Yeah, he's had a big knock on the head, so he's a little bit dazed. So he didn't take any it was precautionary really, but we didn't take any risks with him. So yeah, so he should be. Well, we made a concussion sub, so he won't be. He'll be rested for 7 days anyway.
Thank you guys. Cheers.
Cheers.